Hi Susan, it's Carrie McGuire and I'm doing my portfolio presentation. I'm just going to, I think, toggle back and forth. I have a PowerPoint prepared for you and then I also have my class up. So I'll just kind of go back and forth and hopefully that will work. Okay, first of all, I just want to introduce you to the course that I was working on throughout the year that I've been in the program. And this is a class called Advocacy for English Language Learners. It's kind of one of the last courses in an MA and ESL program. It's a 2-credit course. I have taught the course online about 5 times, just once a year, and made just a ton of changes based on things that I learned in the Sloan course. So I'm excited to show those things to you. This is a class and a teacher education courses, so all of the students in the course are going to be working on their MA and ESL, and they'll all be ESL teachers. And the overarching goal of the course is to prepare ESL teachers to advocate for their students, and that could be within their school community. We talk about politics and knowing legal rights for students and all of that. So we'll get back to that and I'll show you inside the course. The next thing that I would like to do is just kind of go over some of the points that I was asked to address in this portfolio presentation. Some of the key learnings, things that I took away from both the main course and then the workshops that I've taken over the year. I think one of the biggest things is just sort of the existence of tools such as the Quality Matters rubric and the Sloan pillars, and I think the rubric for online instruction was another good one that we were introduced to. I think that they were just really helpful for me. I have moved in the last year from being someone who teaches primarily to being someone who is helping faculty develop courses and teach online and just work in new program development, which includes a lot of hybrid and online teaching. And so just knowing that those tools exist and to offer them to faculty and to use them in my own courses has been fabulous. I think one of the things I talked about from the workshop I took, the Quality Matters workshop, was that I'd always sort of looked at the tool as something to kind of check off the list as I was designing it, but the value of going through my course and saying, how well did I really do this when it was all over was really great, and so that was a great experience. And I think, beyond just the fact that these larger tools exist, some of the individual components of the tools, I'm thinking especially Quality Matters, were things that I maybe hadn't always thought about before, like being really explicit about where the students should get started, about how they should navigate the course, and checking to make sure that that was really clear, having a feedback plan so they know how they can expect to get their feedback. Those were 3 things that were maybe somewhat implied in my other course, or my course when I originally taught it, but are much clearer now. So that was a great piece of learning for me. Another piece that was really helpful was just sort of the differences between syllabi for online and face-to-face courses and the need for greater detail. I had done a little bit of that, but I think I got a lot of great ideas for how to be even more detailed and how to make the syllabus look better and be more functional. The idea about really discussing the course geography is something that I hadn't necessarily thought about in those terms, and went into my class and fixed that. I think just sort of the emphasis on how explicit the directions for participation needs to be, and how often students should be in class and what their expectations should be for online class were things I had not addressed explicitly before. And I like too the idea about managing expectations for how often the instructor will be in the course and be available. Those were new ideas to me. And I really liked the emphasis on having a schedule where the deadlines were clear, and how important that needs to be and how it should really kind of be a prominent part of the class. I kind of had a schedule before, but it was really mostly just a list of topics, and it wasn't in any way as detailed as what I have now. I think another key piece of learning. I had a workshop about collaboration. We talked about collaboration and building an online community and interaction. That was something that I've thought a lot about and focused on. The model of looking at sort of student to student, student to teacher, and student to content interaction, and make sure all of those things are balanced was very helpful as I went back through my course. And I think really the importance of the instructor presence in the course and discussion forums. Of course, I knew that and was always in the forums before, but having, being a student in the class and then seeing how much value that adds when the instructor's in there, that was tremendously helpful, and I will be even more vigilant and make sure that I really have a good presence in my course in the future. Another thing that was just very new for me was just all of the emerging technology and the Web 2.0 tools. Like I said, I think I taught this class like 6 years ago was the first time I taught it, and it was really just basically text and discussion forums. And I don't know that I was as up on all the cool new things that are out there. So it was just sort of being introduced to new ideas and things I didn't know exist, and sort of challenging myself to make better use of technology and how that could make the class more relevant and engaging for the students. And then just all the ideas. I really enjoyed the forum in the main certification class where everybody sort of shared a Web 2.0 activity. Some big ones, I had never used Screencast-O-Matic before, and here I am again. Have used that quite a bit. VoiceThread is another one that we've actually, based on my excitement about it, have bought like a subscription to that here at Augsburg. Google Docs, of course, making a Volky, have played a little bit with Digo and with Prezi. I just think there's lots of neat ideas. Always trying to balance, don't want to put too much into a course and overwhelm the students with technology, but a little bit is really, really engaging. I think just the aesthetic appeal of a course, from having been an online student to see how it was well laid out and clear, not cluttered, but having the video in there, I think that was good. I had that one workshop talked about the human touch and having pictures and videos, and so I made a lot of changes to my course based on those ideas as well. Some of the other main things over the year that I didn't really pick out as maybe key learning to me, for me, not because they aren't important, but because I maybe have quite a bit of experience, were just assessment. I think I knew a lot about main assessment, just basic assessment ideas. Don't know that I got a lot of help about how it's different online. So that's one area I still need to grow in. Accessibility and copyright, ADA, all those things are very important. I just didn't feel like I'd learned that much because I had a pretty good base and we have good sort of guidelines here for that. So getting on to my course, I think I'll toggle over here pretty quick. Some of the big things I changed were right up at the top, especially just lots more organization, getting started, explaining the course geography. The syllabus is very different. Spent a lot of time on the schedule, the overall look of the course, videos and pictures. I'm going to take you over to the course now, and we can just sort of look. Had never put a video in before, so plan to do a weekly video. This is sort of the top of the Moodle course. Very clear place now on how to get started and what they are to do. If you go into my syllabus, I've put it in a web view so we can kind of jump around. I have made a rubric for the discussion forums. That was something I hadn't done before, and actually had some examples of that in some of the courses that we visited, and so put that together, and that's been really helpful too. Just sort of had fun making all of the links inside here and the assignment guidelines and those kinds of things. So spent a lot of time with that. Also Okay, where am I? The course procedures was another thing. I didn't put it in the syllabus, but this is sort of how to navigate through the course and expectations for timeline, what you need to expect, the technology requirements, communications, and then these are just some procedures and how the course works. Spent a lot of time sort of clarifying that piece too. Yep, and also I have my Q&A forum. I did have that before. Oh, the schedule is another thing that spent a lot of time really making it explicit and clear so that students know exactly what they need to do when, and that it's right up top where they can see it. All right, let's get back to the PowerPoint. The look at the course added pictures and video. I'll show you that soon. Week 0, I'll show you that. So more technology information about where to get the help and how to use the technology. And this, I did a lot of work sort of adjusting the language for the learning objectives and connecting the assignments to the objectives. I think that was something that was in the Quality Matters rubric. As far as sort of content, I added a VoiceThread presentation. The presentation used to just be, they would do the interview assignment, but they just would write up what they learned, and everyone would read each other's. Now they're doing a VoiceThread presentation. I added a peer review component to try to get the interaction at a different level, and added some collaborative activities using the wikis. So I'll go back over here and show you that again. So week 0, spent some time just showing, where to go for tech help at Augsburg. A link to, we have a Moodle tutorial, so just some info about that. VoiceThread, and I made a screencast showing how to make a VoiceThread. So lots of that, and then the content starts. Each box, I did a week per box, kind of describing the lesson and leading into the forum, and then the forums as well. And I'll just kind of assume I'm going to send you a guest login that you'll click around here a little bit. This is the wiki activity. They're working together to build a top 10 list. I'll be excited to see how that goes. I think, and then in week 4 is where they are using VoiceThread to do presentations. They have to interview someone and make a presentation. So overall, I just feel like the quality of the course is really much better than it was before. Okay, so to sum up some of my key learnings, I think just that experience of being an online student. How I feel I developed, I think this question is, and how I understand how important, much more, you have to be clear in your organization and your explanations. I think the value of adding a video of yourself or something with your voice and being present as an instructor in as many ways as possible is important, and I think just the whole idea about keeping on top of emerging technology. I think those are the really 4 big things where I see that I developed during the course. Where I'll go from here, hope that you'll have a few suggestions on how to make the course even stronger. I am kind of using it as a sample for instructors or faculty here that I'm helping. Plan to keep learning more and keeping on top of technology and being an online instructor. So thanks for listening. Sorry again that came down to the last 2 weeks. I look forward to any feedback, and it's been nice working with you. Thanks, Susan.